We're the essence of joy, yes, we're the real McCoys, with our faces all wearing a grin. Not a care to stay when we're around your way. We'll win your heart if you'll just let us in. Any kid on the street whom you may chance to meet and direct you to laughter and cheer.
Then you'll know for sure that we've been on tour, and all the folks will agree
that we're the happiest, snappiest gang around town. We're the real McCoys.
Greetings, my friends. This is Kevin O'Gorman, and I have with me your very good pals who are now established as Australia's happiest radio team, the Real McCoys.
How do you do?
Well, having got the gang and your good selves together, here is our swing mistress to tell us what happened when her boyfriend spent his pocket money to hire out a boat.
And then he'd row, row, row. Way up that river he would row, row, row. A hug he'd give her, then he'd kiss her now and then. She would tell him when. He'd fool around, and then he'd kiss again, and then he'd row, row, row. A little further he would row, oh, 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 oh. Then he'd drop all his oars, take a few more and cause, and then he'd row, row, row. Row, row, row. Way up that river he would row, row, row. A hug he'd give her, then he'd kiss her now and then. She would tell him when. He'd fool around, and then he'd kiss again, and then he'd row, row, row. A little farther he would row, oh, 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 oh. Then he'd drop all his oars, take a few more and cause, and then he'd row, row, row.
When we want sweet music, we turn to Freddie King and his Vibra Grand.
Kevin, come here. Listen to me. Whose office is that down at the end of the corridor?
Oh, do you mean the office that has the beautiful mahogany table in it? Well, that's Leslie Ross's office.
Mahogany table?
Uh-huh.
Why, that's the first time I've seen a mahogany table with no legs and kerosene printed on it.
Hey, steady on, honey, steady on. Leslie's the head man around here. You know, he could break you.
Break me? He couldn't.
Oh? Why couldn't he?
Darby Munro did that years ago.
We suffer from the same complaint. Well, here's someone who throws you into a flat spin every time he calls around.
Oh, who's that, Kev?
Well, take a look around this way.
Oh, 3 minutes of concentrated allure. John O'Connor.
They say that all who love are blind, but that is not the case with me. For more and more each day I find my love for you has made me see the glow of sunset in the summer skies, the golden flicker of the fireflies, the gleam of love light in your lovely eyes. These are the things I love. A silvery moonbeam stealing through the trees, a bed of tulips nodding in the breeze, the look you give in answer to my pleas. These are the things I love. Oh, once I thought that life was just a winter thing. My heart was cold, and then you came to me, and like a breath of spring, you turned the silver snow to gold. A robin's serenade when day is through, the babbling brook beside our rendezvous, your sweet voice whispering, darling, I love you. These are the things I love. I thought that life was just a winter thing. My heart was cold, and then you came to me, and like a breath of spring, you turned the silver snow to gold. A robin's serenade when day is through, the babbling brook beside our rendezvous, your sweet voice whispering, darling, I love you. These are the things I love.
They say there's nothing in life like life on the ocean waves, but there's plenty of life on the keyboard when Lottie Wilson makes his fingers dance the sailor's hornpipe. days a girl wears an orchid, but here's a couple who remember when tulips were the fashion.
When you wore a tulip, a big yellow tulip, and I wore a big red rose. When you caressed me, it was then heaven blessed me. What a blessing, no one knows. You made life cheery when you called me dearie. 'Twas down where the bluegrass grows. Your lips were sweeter than tulips when you wore a tulip, and I wore a big red rose. When you wore a tulip, a big yellow tulip, and I wore a big red rose. When you caressed me, 'twas then heaven blessed me. What a blessing, no one knows. You made life cheery when you called me dearie. 'Twas down where the bluegrass grows. Your lips were sweeter than tulip when you wore a tulip, and I wore a beautiful, oh, such a beautiful, I wore a beautiful rose.
Bruce Clark has some sophisticated swing and is called on the swing team to help deliver the goods. You look rather weary. What's the trouble?
Oh, dear. I got home late from a party last night, Kevin. Or rather early this morning. And as I was getting undressed, my wife woke up and said, "You're getting up early." So to save an argument, I dressed again and went for a walk in the park.
Well, Alan, you seem a bit scared of your wife.
Well, when I got married, I said I'd be the boss who'll know the reason why.
So you're the boss?
I know the reason why.
Oh. Why, I heard your wife came to you on her knees yesterday.
Yeah, she dared me to come out from under the bed.
Well, never mind, Al. Just park yourself in the corner while we have some harmony from the McCoy Quartet.
There's a long, long trail winding into the land of my dreams, where the nightingales are singing and the bright moon beams. There's a long, long night of waiting until my dreams all come true. Till the day when I'll be going down that long, long trail with you. There's a long, long trail winding into the land of my dreams, where the nightingales are singing and the bright moon beams. There's a long, long night of waiting until my dreams all come true. Till the day when I'll be going down that long, long trail with you.
Well, gosh, look at that studio clock. It's racing backwards and gathering Lottie Wilson and Freddie Phillips as it goes, carrying them back to grandfather days.
Oh, you beautiful doll, you great big beautiful doll. Let me put my arms around you. I could never live without you. Oh, you beautiful doll, you great big beautiful doll. If I'll ever lose you, how my heart will ache. Like to squeeze you, but I think you break. Oh, 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 you beautiful doll.
that puts paid to party time, and so until our next merry meeting, this is Kevin O'Gorman passing on to you good wishes from Lottie Wilson, Penny Lucas, Roy Lyons, Don Harper, Freddie Phillips, Aaron Redding, Fred King, Bruce Clark, Fred O'Kane, Ted Simpson, and our pal and producer, Leslie Ross.
Happiest, snappiest gang around town, where the real McCoys. Where the essence of joy, yes, where the real McCoys, where their faces so wearing and grin. Not a care can stay when we're around your way. We'll win your hearts if you just let us in. Any kid on the street who you a chance to meet and direct you to laughter and cheer.
Then you'll know for sure that we've been on tour, and all the folks will agree
That we're the happiest, snappiest gang around town, we're the real McCoys.
Greetings, my friends. This is Kevin O'Gorman, and the official timekeeper has given us just 30 minutes in which to banish your blues. Here are the gang who know how to do the trick, the real McCoys. How do you do? Yes, the sure way to start to spread happiness is for someone to sing about someone they love. And Roycey Lyons has tickets on Sweet Georgia Brown. No girl mate has got a shade on Sweet Georgia Brown. Two left feet, but also needed Sweet Georgia Brown. They all sigh and want to die for Sweet Georgia Brown. I'll tell you why. And you know I don't lie much. It's been said that she knocks 'em dead when she lands in town. Since she came, it's just a shame how she cools 'em down. Fellas that she can't get must have been fellas that she ain't met. Georgia claimed her, Georgia named her Sweet Georgia Brown. Got a shade on Sweet Georgia Brown. Two left feet and also needed Sweet Georgia Brown. They all sigh and want to die for Sweet Georgia Brown. I'll tell you why. And you know I don't lie much. It's been said that she knocks 'em dead when she lands in town. Since she came, it's just a shame how she cools 'em down. Fellas that she can't get, I must have been a fellow that she ain't met. Georgia claimed her, Georgia named her Sweet Georgia Brown. There are 16 silver strings to this steel guitar, but they all respond to the master, Bruce Clark. what's the matter, Cecilia?
Well, you know, last night I went out with my bud.
Oh, yes, you did, eh? Well, did he take you for a ride or did he take you for a walk?
Neither. He took me for a fool.
Now listen, Celia, if you start that sort of business, I'm going to throw you out of this
Now,
place.
Kevin, please don't raise your voice.
No, well, Redding, listen, you keep out of this.
Yes,
I'm talking...
But just calm down, pal. Take it easy. And after all, life gets so tedious. The sun comes up and the sun goes down. The hands of the clock go slowly around. When I gets up, it's time to lay down. Life gets tedious, don't it? My shoes untied, but I don't really care. You know, I ain't figuring on going nowhere. 'Cause I'd have to wash and comb my hair. But that's just wasted effort. The water in the well is getting lower and lower. I ain't had a bath for 6 months or more. And I've heard it said, and it's true, I'm sure, that too much bathing will weaken you. I opens the door and the flies swarm in. I close the door and I'm sweating again. If I move too fast, I crack my shin. Life's was one darn thing off the t'other. There's a mouse chewing on the pantry door. He's been at it now, I guess, about a month or more. But you know, when he gets in there, he's sure gonna be mighty sore. You know, there ain't a damn thing in there. Hound dog howling, he's so forlorn. Just the laziest dog that ever was born. And he's howling 'cause he's sitting on a thorn. Just too darn tired to move over. The cow's going dry and the hens won't lay. Why, the fish quit biting last Saturday. And troubles just pile up day by day. Now I'm getting dandruff. Grief and misery, pains and woes, debts and taxes, and so it goes. Oh dear, now I'm getting a cold in the doze. Life gets tasteless, don't it?
Well, life may get tedious for some people, but not for Lottie Wilson. Tonight he's really stepping out, stomping at the Savoy. After the gang finish this next number, which incidentally has taken up permanent residence in hit parades, you'll realize that its title is Good Night, Irene.
Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Last Saturday night, I got married. Me and my wife settled down. Now me and my wife are parted. I'm gonna take another stroll downtown. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams.
Sometimes I live in the country. Sometimes I live in town. Sometimes I have a great notion to jump into the river and drown.
Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams.
Just stop your rambling and stop your gambling. And furthermore, stop staying out late at night. You just go home to your wife and your family and sit down by the fireside bright.
Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams.
Well, now, as our guest Ronnie Edwards prepares to play his trump card, he assures us that he will play accordion to Hoyle. I say, Al, I notice you look very tired tonight.
Yes, I had a pretty bad night last night. Nightmare. You know, I dreamt that Royce Lyons and I died. He went upstairs, and I went downstairs.
You were sort of kind of out of luck.
Oh, no. Matter of fact, Royce was out of luck.
Huh? How come?
Well, after Royce had been up above a week, he telephoned me down below.
Uh-huh.
I think my telephone number was asbestos 711. But anyhow, he asked me how I liked the place down there, and I told him. I said, boy, this is some place. You know, all we have to do is wear a red suit with horns and every now and then shovel a little coal onto the fire. And, of course, naturally, well, then I asked him how he was getting on up above, and he says, not so good. We have to get up every morning at 4 and gather in the stars. Then we have to haul in the moon and hang out the sun, and then push the clouds around all day. So anyhow, I was naturally curious, so I asked him why they had to work so hard.
And what did he say?
He says, well, we happen to be short of manpower up here.
Well, I can understand it, Al. A bad dream, all right, but here's the place you both should have gone to. Paradise, described by Penny Lucas.
And then he holds my hand, la-la-la-dee, and then I understand, la-la-la-dee, his eyes of fire with one desire, then a heavenly kiss. Could I resist? And then he dims the light. La-da-da-dee. And then he holds me tight. La-da-da-dee. Each kiss, each fond caress, they lead the way to happiness. He takes me to paradise. La-da-da-da, la-da-da-dee. La-da-da-da, la-da-da-dee. His eyes of fire with one desire, then a heavenly kiss. Could I resist? La da da da, la da da dee. La da da da, la da da dee. Each kiss, each fond caress, they lead the way to happiness. He takes me to
When you think of George Gershwin, you immediately conjure up memories of music that has thrilled the world and will continue to do so through time. We've gathered in a few of Gershwin's gems of melody and handed them for presentation to Laurie and Freddie. Well, pals, this is where the party packs up for another week, but we'll be back at the same time to give you the brightest dish in your radio menu, served by Lottie Wilson, Penny Lucas, Roy Lyons, Alan Redding, Fred King, Don Harper, Freddie Phillips, Bruce Clark, Fred O'Kane, Ted Simpson, and our pal and producer, Leslie Ross.
Happiest, hang around town where the real McCoys. Where the essence of joy, yes, where the real McCoys, with our faces all wearing a grin. Not a care can stay when we're around your way. We'll win your hearts if you'll just let us in. Any kid on the street whom you may chance to meet can direct you to laughter and cheer.
Then you'll know for sure that we've been on tour, and all the folks will agree
That we're the happiest gang around town, we're the real McCoys.
Greetings, my friends. This is Kevin O'Gorman, and it's a big welcome to you, wherever you may be, north, south, east, or west. Here's entertainment at its very best, especially designed for your pleasure by the real McCoys.
How do you do?
Well, as rhythm is our business, let's open shop with the McCoy Sweetet. Ah, yes, the boogie, once again sweeping America, and coming in on the beat is our swing mistress, Penny Lucas.
Get going with that 8-beat bass. It brings a happy smile upon my face. I don't quite know what to do, but I can see you bring the boogie woogie out in me. What you do, I really can't define. It sends a creepy feeling down my spine. Holy smoke, oh Jiminy, oh gosh, oh gee, you bring the boogie woogie out in me. When I was a kid, my mama always told me that the boogie woogie man was a bad one. But if the boogie man could play that sort of rhythm, my mother's musical education must have been a sad one. Keep your gable and your Fred Astaire. Give me a rhythm that's beyond compare. You can keep your waltz somewhere that's 1, 2, 3. Bring the boogie woogie out in me. You bring the boogie woogie out in me. My mama always told me that the boogie woogie man was a bad one. But if the boogie man could play that sort of rhythm, my mother's musical education must have been a 7. Keep your giggle and your fret or stare. Give me a rhythm that's beyond compare. You can keep your waltzing with its 1, 2, 3. Bring the boogie woogie out in me. You bring the boogie woogie out in me.
Howdy, Al. You're looking very smart tonight.
Yeah, matter of fact, Kevin, I'm thinking of standing for Parliament in the next election.
Well, is that so? What section do you represent?
Well, I guess I represent the penny section.
Nuh-uh, that'll be the end of the penny section. You know, I believe Parliament should provide free milk for the working man's child, right?
That's quite right, quite right. And I believe Parliament should provide free beer for the working man's child's father.
Have you a policy speech?
I sure have. Now, just listen to this. Brothers and sisters, we should all try to be great men like Sir Walter Raleigh. I can see him now as he laid his overcoat over the Red Sea so that the Israelites could pass over to sign the Magna Carta on the Sydney Bridge.
Just a minute, Al. What are you talking about? This is all piffle.
Well, this is an election speech. Now we come to the working man. The working man, the backbone of the country. Take away the backbone, and what is left?
All right, I'll buy it. What is left?
A filleted country.
And tell me this. What'll happen if you don't get into Parliament?
Well, if I don't get into Parliament, I'll take my pal Royce Lyons, and we'll go along singing, just like the ink spots.
Why do you whisper, green grass? Why tell the trees what ain't so? Whispering grass, the trees don't need to know. And so, why tell them all your secrets? Who kissed her long ago? Whispering grass, the trees don't need to know. Now don't you tell it to the trees, or they will tell the birds and bees, then everyone will know, because you told those babbling trees. You done told them once before. Ain't no secret anymore. Why tell them all the old things? They're buried under the snow. Whispering grass, the trees don't need to know.
Now, don't you tell it to the trees, or they will tell the birds and bees. And then everyone will know that you done told those babbling trees. You know, honey, you done told them once before. And I guess that it just ain't no secret anymore.
Why tell them all the old things? They're buried under the snow. Whispering grass, don't tell the trees, for the trees don't need to know.
When you have educated fingers, they'll perform the classics just as easily as they produce swing. To prove that he is Australia's most versatile pianist, Laurie Wilson presents Liszt's Hungarian Rhapsody. Well, what's that?
Well, Kevin, that's all the bees are buzzing.
Yes, they're buzzing around my honey. All the bees are buzzing round my honey, but my honey's only sweet on me.
They can keep their cows and keep their money, 'cause we're keeping steady company.
They flock around outside her door from every part of town.
But she turns up her nose and then she turns them down, 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 down.
All the bees are buzzing round my honey,
Oh, honey,
but my honey's only sweet on me.
all the bees are buzzing round my honey, but my honey's only sweet on me. They can keep their cars and keep their money, 'cause we're keeping steady company.
They flock around outside her door from every part of town.
But she turns up her nose and then she turns them down, 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 down. All the bees are buzzing round my honey, but my honey's only sweet on me.
Well, here now is Australia's only master of the swing fiddle, our king of swing, Don Harper.
Kev, how do you feel after the celebrations last night?
Not bad, not bad. Were you there?
Was I there? Listen, you drove me home in your car, and when you were doing about 60 miles an hour, you said to me, "Say, Tootsie, who's driving?" Why, Kev, you were sure under the table.
Under the table, me?
You sure was. And when a woman looked under there and saw you, she said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for a lady's husband." And you said, "I'm one lady. Crawl under." And boy, did you look silly when the host asked you if you liked Omar Khayyam, and you said, "No, I prefer a cream de menthe."
Well, what's wrong with that?
Omar Khayyam isn't a drink.
Well, what is it?
It's a cheese.
Anyway, it was a good party while it lasted.
Sure was. Say, Kev, did you see any pink elephants in top hats?
No. But my goodness, I can see 4 men coming towards me now.
Well, pull yourself together, pal. It's only the McCoy Quartet.
If you were the only girl in the world, and I were the only boy, nothing else would matter in this world today. We could go on loving in the same old way. A garden of Eden, just made for two, with nothing to mar our joy. I would say such wonderful things to you. There would be such wonderful things to do if you were the only girl in the world, and I were the only boy. If you were the only girl in the world, and I were the only boy, nothing else would matter in this world today. We could go on loving in the same old way. A garden of Eden, just made for two, with nothing to mar our joy. I would say such wonderful things to you. There would be such wonderful things to do if you were the only girl in the world, and I were the only
They say you shouldn't take colds to Newcastle, but English composer band leader Ray Noble took his brand of modern music to America and showed them how. Here's a bunch of Noble's works of art, arranged and played by the terrific two, Laurie Wilson and Freddie Phillips.
sweetheart. All my prayers are for you. Good night, sweetheart. I'll be watching over you. Tears and parting may make us forlorn, but with the dawn, a new day is born. So I'll say good night, sweetheart. Sleep will banish sorrow. Good night, sweetheart, till we meet tomorrow. Dreams enfold you in them, dear. I'll hold you. Good night, sweetheart. Good night.
Well, as usual, I'm having the last word, but it's a happy word. A reminder that at the same time next week, the McCoys will be around your way again, and you'll be making merry with Lottie Wilson, Penny Lucas, Roy Lyons, Fred O'Kane, Alan Redding, Fred King, Don Harper, Freddie Phillips, Bruce Clark, Ted Simpson, and our pal and producer, Leslie Ross.
Happiest, snappiest gang around town when the real where the essence of joy is, where the real McCoys, with their faces all wearing a grin. Not a care can stay when we're around your way. We'll win your hearts if you'll just let us in. Any kid on the street who you may chance to meet can direct you to laughter and cheer.
Then you'll know for sure that we've been on tour, and all the folks will agree
That we're the happiest, snappiest gang around town. We're the real McCoys.
Greetings, my friends. This is Kevin O'Gorman. And believe me, you're all most welcome to this house of harmony and happiness. Come on inside and meet the real McCoys.
How do you do?
Yes, that's the style. Put on a smile and come with us for a musical ride on Irving Berlin's Midnight Choo-Choo.
When the midnight choo-choo leaves for Alabama, I'll be right there. I've got my fare. When I see that rusty-haired conductor man, I'll grab him by the collar and I'll holler, Alabama, Alabama. That's where I'll stop your train. That brings me back again, down home where I'll remain, where my honey lamb am. I will be right there with bells when that old conductor yells, all aboard, all aboard, all aboard for Alabama. That's where you'll stop the train that brings me home again, down home where I'll remain, where my honey lamb am. I will be right there with bells when that old conductor yells, all aboard, all aboard, all aboard for Alabama. All aboard!
Our guest called very early this evening, and there's a large-sized welcome for brilliant Ronnie Edwards.
Well, now, let's drop around to the surgery of dentist Kevin O'Gorman. Our old friend Mrs. Snizzlegig is on her way in, so let's go with her.
Come in, come in. Oh, good afternoon, Mrs. Snizzlegig.
Oh, Dr. O'Gorman, I've been standing outside for 20 minutes trying to make up my mind to come in. I'm so nervous.
Oh, dear me, there's nothing to be nervous about. But if you've been outside for 20 minutes now, could you tell me if you've seen any small boys ringing my doorbell and then running away?
Oh, I'd hardly call men of 30 or 50 years of age small boys. You look tired today, Dr. O'Gorman.
I am tired. As a matter of fact, I had quite a battle with my last patient.
A battle, did you? And who won?
Oh, I suppose you might have called it a draw. Now, what is exactly troubling you, Mrs. Snizzlegig? I noticed that your face is very swollen right where you had that tattoo mark.
Oh, that's not a tattoo mark. That's where my old man hit me and he forgot to take his ring off. My trouble is one of my back teeth, Doctor. It's driving me to extraction.
Well, now, let's have a look at it. After all, I may only need to do a simple filling.
Oh, that's what I'm afraid of. I'm scared stiff of having a tooth filled.
Oh, nonsense.
Oh, it's not nonsense. Now, if I were a cannibal, it'd be different.
Cannibal? Why?
Well, I think only a cannibal would enjoy having his teeth filled by a dentist.
Yes, I see, my dear. It's a horrible thought, though. People make so much fuss about dentists. I know dentists aren't very exciting, but they can always promise their patients a drilling time.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Now, you mustn't be afraid. Here we are. Now, sit down, Mrs. Snizzlegig.
Yes, Doctor.
Now, open your mouth.
Oh,
Mrs. Snizzlegig, do you know you have acute pyorrhea?
you can save the compliments for later, Doctor. I just want you to take a look at me teeth.
Well, yes. I think this molar needs filling.
Oh, will it hurt?
No, not a bit.
Still, if you don't mind, I think I'd like to have gas.
Gas? What? Gas for a little cavity like that? Oh, nonsense. Besides, I'm sorry, but I'm right out of gas.
Oh, Doctor, I've heard that tale before. But I hardly expected you to try to put it over me.
My dear Mrs. Fizzlegig, I merely meant that I was out of gas as an anesthetic. Now, let me see. I could paint the tooth with silver nitrate.
Silver nitrate? Oh, no, thanks. Use gold nitrate, Doctor. I'll have nothing but the very best, you know.
Well, well, now, if you still just open your mouth again, Mrs. Snizzlegig, we'll have this over in a minute. Now, open wide. Shh.
Oh!
Mrs. Snizzlegig, Mrs. Snizzlegig, there's no need to shout and wave your arms around like that. You're making a dreadful fuss, and I haven't even touched you yet.
Oh, I know, but I've just remembered I've left a pot of stew on the stove and I've forgotten to turn the gas off.
Every now and then, Tin Pan Alley turns out a song that's a mile ahead of the rest. And to give it that smooth handling, here is our own Penny Lucas.
I remember the cornfields in the wind softly sighing, and the swing beneath the chestnut tree. I remember my school friends, happy days swiftly flying, and my room still waiting for me. The old harvest moon rising over the city discovers me there and regards me with pity, while sad of heart I roam. I remember my first love and the last time he kissed me by the golden cornfields of home. Long ago in the twilight, my fancy would stray over the hilltops and far, far away. I dreamed of the city, a life full and gay, but now I'm so homesick by night and by day. I remember my first love and the last time he kissed me by the golden cornfields of
When the popularity parade marches down your street, you'll find two young men at the head of the procession, Lottie Wilson and Freddie Phillips. When we want music that's on the beam, we leave it to the McCoy Swing Team. And when we want sweet harmony, we leave it to the McCoy Quartet.
Cruising down the river on a Sunday afternoon with one you love, the sun above, waiting for the moon. The old accordion playing, a sentimental tune, cruising down the river on a Sunday afternoon, cruising down the river on a Sunday afternoon with one you love, the sun above, waiting for the moon. The old accordion playing, a sentimental tune, cruising down the river
Oh, hello, Cecilia. Say, what's this I heard about you going around with a young architect?
Oh, no, Kevin. I don't see him anymore. His plans didn't suit me.
Why, I heard he wanted to settle down and have a house of his own.
Well, he sure got a good start. I gave him the gate last night. Say, Kev, do you think I should burn all the letters he wrote me?
Oh, only the ones he told you to burn. Anyway, you're a flirt. Don't you ever worry about germs when the boys kiss you?
No, I just worry about myself and let the germs take care of themselves.
Yes, but do you know what you can get from germs?
No, Kev, what have you got to offer?
Well, I'm sure you know nothing of love.
Oh, I do so. Why, only last night my pop came home from work and my mom said to him, Horace, I've got a cold and I'm a little hoarse. And Pop says, okay, dear, harness yourself to that sofa and pull it up to the fire for me. That's love.
That's not love, Cecilia. I've just read about a woman who reached the age of 40 years without learning to read or write. She met a man, and for his sake, she made a scholar of herself in 2 years.
Why, that's nothing. I knew a woman who was a profound scholar at 40. She met a man, and for his sake, she made a fool of herself in 2 days.
Like scram, Cecilia, I've got something of interest to say. There's a pop song that asks, Dearie, do you remember? Well, maybe you don't, but I'm sure you will when you hear this version.
Dearie, do you remember when we first heard our Melba sing? Didn't she make the rafters ring?
Peter Dawson starting in Adelaide. His success went sky high. Test your memory, my dearie. Do you recall when almost everyone used to go to see our dear old Stiffy and Mo?
Dearie, life was cheery in the good old days gone by. Do you remember?
Uh-huh, I remember.
Well, dearie, you're much older than I.
Well, dearie, do you remember great far lap winning every race? He ran at a tremendous pace.
How he made those Yankee horses gallop, causing records to fly. Test your memory, my dearie. Do you recall when Bradman came from Bower to make a start and broke every bowler's heart?
Dearie, life was cheery in the good old days gone by. Do you remember?
I don't remember, Betty.
Well, you should, 'cause dearie, you're much older than I.
Ah, dearie, do you remember those great sportsmen of yesteryear when Smithy flew? Oh, how we'd cheer.
His great deeds when we were just children made our hearts leap so high. Test your memory, my dearie. Do you recall when Lindrum made all his rivals quake when he started a whirlwind break?
Dearie, life was cheery in the good old days gone by. Do you remember?
I remember.
Well, dearie, you're still much older than I say, Penny, do you remember Darcy boy? How that guy could fight. He'd knock him out with his left or his right.
Royzy, our life was cheery in the good old days gone by. We should remember,
We will remember,
because they're great to both you and I.
Well, now, where do we go from here?
Well, Kevin, there's only one place to go, but listen, I'll tell you. Let's go back and kiss the girls goodnight again. Now, let's go back and hold them nice and tight again. Say, why sit around and waste the time away? Come on, let's get a lipstick while we may. Come on, let's go back and start off where we left off before. Hey, what the heck are we all waiting for? Come on. So let's go back and kiss the girls goodnight again, and let's keep going back and back and back and back and back.
let's go back and start where we left off before. What the heck are we all waiting for? So let's go back and kiss the girls goodnight again. Let's keep going back and back and back again.
Well, remember, everybody, watch out when you cross the road. Life is so precious, especially when you have an appointment with the McCoys at the same time next week, and you meet Laurie Wilson, Penny Lucas, Roy Lyons, Bruce Clark, Fred Phillips, Don Harper, Aaron Rowe, Ethel Chadwick, Fred O'Kane, Ted Simpson, Fred King, Aaron Redding, and our pattern producer, Leslie Ross.
Happiest hanging around town where the real McCoys. Where the essence of joy is where the real McCoys, with our faces all wearing a grin. Not a care can stay when we're around your way. We'll win your hearts if you just let us in. Any kid on the street who we chance to meet can direct you to laughter and cheer.
Then you'll know for sure that we've been on tour, and all the folks will agree
That we're the happiest gang around town. We're the real McCoys.
Greetings, my friends. This is Kevin O'Gorman. If you've got a ticket at the Happiness Stakes, then you've drawn a winner. And here's your prize, the real McCoys. Yes, we've handpicked a few of the good ones today. The good ones, the ones that were ever written, and thrown in a couple of modern hits for good measure. So this should be a tasty dish. Serve it up, gang. Serve it up.
Down her byway where I chanced to stray, on an evening I heard a hula maiden play. Yak-a-hula hickey-doo-la, yak-a-hula hickey-doo. Down her byway by a moonlit bay, when I lingered a while she stole my heart away. Yak-a-hula hickey-doo-la, yak-a-hula hickey-doo. Oh, I don't care if you've loved the ladies far and near. You'll forget about them all if you could hear. Yak-a-hula hickey-doo-la, yak-a-hula hickey-doo. I'm coming back to you, my hula-loo. Beside the sea in Waikiki you'll play for me, and once again you'll sway my heart your way with your yak-a-hula hickey-doo-la tune. And once again you'll sway my heart your way with your yak-a-hula hickey-doo-la tune.
Freddie King and the gang now invite you to meet that sweet old lady of the musical family, Marie.
surrender to me, Marie.
Oh, hello, Kev. My, you're certainly in good form tonight.
Yes, Cecilia, I feel like a 2-year-old.
Oh, a horse or an egg?
Listen, cut the kidding, babe. I'm looking for a new secretary. Now, how'd you like the job?
Why, Kevin, as a secretary, I'm just the tops.
Is that so? By the way, why did you leave your last job?
Oh, well, I was caught kissing the boss.
Okay, you can start work tomorrow morning. Incidentally, you look pleased with yourself tonight.
Oh, I am. In fact, I'm very thrilled. You know, Laurie Wilson took me home last night?
Go on.
Yes, and he asked me what type of girl I was, and I said I'm the tender type. And as soon as I said that, he bit me.
He bit you? Where?
Nowhere. He bit me for his tram fare home.
Did you give it to him?
No, I just said to him, I can't. I'm up to my eyes in debt.
Sure.
And he said, well, why don't you have your face lifted? Still, he's a refined type, don't you think?
Refined type? What do you mean, refined?
Well, I reckon he's the type who would walk into a room and produce the same effect as two gentlemen leaving.
You got something there. Seriously, Toots, why don't you get married?
Well, how do you go about it?
Well, it's easy. First, you pick your man.
Pick your man?
Uh-huh.
Gee, you don't get much of a choice these days.
Well, I don't know. How about me? I'm well over 6 feet.
Are you really? Gee, you don't look a day over 47.
Listen, I've often been taken for a member of the famous Guards.
Guards, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Fire, shin, train, or mud?
Celia, will you please evaporate? That's a good girl, because it's harmony time in the McCoy Quartet.
In the good old summertime, in the good old summertime, strolling through the shady lane with your baby mine. You hold her hand and she holds yours, and that's a very good sign that she's your Tootsie Wootsie in the good old summer time. In the good old summertime, in the good old summertime, strolling through the shady lane with your baby mine. You hold her hand and she holds yours, and that's a very good sign that she's your Tootsie Wootsie in the good old summer time.
There's a song made popular by Donald Pierce entitled There Are 24 Hours of Sunshine. And there are probably 24 different ways you could play this number. So we've asked Laurie Wilson to see how many he can knock up in 3 minutes. So, Laurie, let's go. Swinging into their stride come the McCoy Swing-Tets. Penny Lucas and Lolly Wilson, the greatest swing team in radio. Together, they roll back the years to those piano roll blues.
I wanna hear it again, I wanna hear it again. The old piano roll blues. We're sitting at an upright, my sweetie and me, pushing on the pedals, making sweet harmony. When we hear rinkety-tink and we hear plinkety-plink, we cuddle closer, it seems, and while we kiss, kiss, kiss away all our cares, the player piano's playing razzmatazz. I wanna hear it again, I wanna hear it again. The old piano roll blues. Oh, play it, Laurie. We're sitting at an upright, the sweetie and me, pushing on the pedals, making sweet harmony. When we hear rinkety-tink and we hear blinkety-blink, we cuddle closer, it seems, and while we kiss, 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 away all our cares, the player piano's playing razzmatazz. I wanna hear it again, I wanna hear it again. The old piano roll blues, so how I love 'em, the old piano roll blues.
There are 2 points of difference between the man now coming to the microphone and the seat in row A. The man is not made of sponge rubber, and the A comes before the row. Yes, it's Alan Rowe.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Thank you very much. And that's me, folks, the happiest man in Australia. Also the greatest liar. But tonight I'm very, very thrilled. Yes, this morning I got my first fan letter for 10 years. Oh, I'm terribly thrilled about the whole thing. I think it's only fair to tell you, though, they addressed it to me, care of 50 and over. However, it was very nice to receive one, and I don't want to bore you with the details, so I'll read it to you. Dear Mr. Rowe, with regard to your account, which is still Oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. I beg your pardon. Dear Mr. Rowe, we are 3 very old spinsters. 3 old devils, are that? And we listen to you on the real McCoys. We also have a cockatoo who screeches with delight the whole time you're on. So in appreciation of your radio work, we are giving you the bird. Thank you. In conclusion, Mr. Rowe, we wish to thank you for your sterling broadcasts. We call them sterling broadcasts because we feel they should be revalued. That's lovely, isn't it? But, you know, talking of broadcasting reminds me, folks, I've just bought myself one of those new portable pocket radios, you see. So I'll turn it on and see what we can get. There. Now, I wonder what's on. Let me see. Here's something. Yes, it sounds like a play.
Hey, Harry.
Yes, Bill?
Put it up a bit higher, will you?
All right, Bill. How's that?
No, not high enough. Higher, higher.
Well, how's that?
No, not high enough. Higher yet. Higher.
I'll break it down. It can't go any higher.
Don't be silly. It can go a lot higher.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've just been listening to a special broadcast from the Wool Exchange.
But you know, folks, if you think the art of conversation is dead, you should do what I did this morning and wait outside the telephone box. Matter of fact, I thought I heard the phone ring then. Never mind, I'll just see what happened. As a matter of fact, there was a fellow there in the box, and he was talking something like this.
Hello, is that Jack, Mac? This is Mac, Jack. I've just got the sack, Mac. Gave old man Black a whack and a smack in the back. Tried to make me pack and stack shellac and a rack in the old back shack. Told me to go and sit in attack. I wasn't going to crack my back and go to the quack for another attack for bruised black back for having to pack and stack shellac in the old back shack for 2 in the sack. What's that, Mac? You having a snack? Okay, Jack, I'll ring you back.
Well, you see, the things that happened to me. But, you know, I'm still waiting a delivery of a new American car. Because the only trouble is, you see, with these American cars, you've got to have dollars. Now, if I could only get some dollars, I could get my car. So I've hit on a brilliant idea. I've put through a long-distance phone call to the American Embassy to see if they'll help me. That'll be the call now. Excuse me a moment, will you? Oh, hello. Hello. Is that the American Embassy? Well, it's Alan Rowe here. Rowe. R-O-W-E. Yes. Look, I wondered if you could help me. I'm trying to get delivery of a new American car. Would you let me have some dollars? Some dollars? Oh, really? Goodbye.
I say, what did they say?
Roy, did you see Pygmalion?
I didn't.
It was a line out of that.
There are few singers who rate a bigger welcome than our guest, the voice in a million, Lance Ingram.
tu mi das una storia.
Well, now, pardon me, here's the tune that made those pretty French girls kick their legs and show their frills and laces.
I can and you can, so I should not be too can. Who can, like you can. Who can, like you can. Do, like you can do. We'll all go wild with Polly Boo. You can land like you can, in the can polka. One hop, two hop, knee up high and wave your toes. One shake, two shake, that's the way this polka goes. One kick, two kick, simple when you know the trick. Turn round, bend down, in the can polka. They do it in the follies, all the Frenchy dollies. Looking really in their frilly folder follies race. Only in their flounces, everybody bounces when they do the polka to the gang. I can and you can, so I should not be too can. You can, like you can. Who can do can, like you can. The tune the can do. With polka while we polly boo. You can, like you can. In the can polka. In the can polka.
Well, now, we hope that the party's been to your liking. After all, it is your party, and at the same time next week, we'll turn it on again with Lottie Wilson, Roy Lyons, Penny Lucas, Don Harper, Fred King, Bruce Clark, Fred O'Kane, Fred Phillips, Ethel Chadwick, Aaron Rowe, Ted Simpson, Aaron Redding, and our pal and producer, Leslie Roth.
Happiest, snappiest gang around town, where the real love goes. Where the essence of joy is, where the real McCoys, with our faces all wearing a grin. Not a care can stay when we're around your way. We'll win your hearts if you'll just let us in. Any kid on the street whom you may chance to meet can direct you to laughter and cheer.
Then you'll know for sure that we've been on tour, and all the folks will agree
That we're the happiest, snappiest gang around town. We're the real McCoys.
Greetings, my friends. This is Kevin O'Gorman. You know, of course, that saying, variety is the spice of life. Well, for the next 30 minutes, we're going to have a spicy time. Yes, everything from swing to ballads or ballads to swing, according to which school you went to. And to serve up this tasty dish, here are the real McCoys.
How do you do?
Now then, who better to get us away to a flying start than the McCoy Swing Test? I ask you, who? Well, here now is the story of the brightest boy with the brightest shine that fits well into the brightest show.
Have you ever passed the corner of 4th and Grand where a little ball of rhythm has a shoe shine stand? People gather round and they clap their hands. He's a great big bundle of joy. He pops a boogie woogie rag, the Chattanooga shoe shine boy.
That's what they call me down in Vine Street.
He charges you a nickel just to shine one shoe. He makes the oldest kind of leather look like new. You feel as though you want to dance when he gets through. He's a great big bundle of joy.
Here they call me
He pops a
baby.
boogie woogie rag, the Chattanooga shoe shine boy.
All the nickels can shine, so all the nickels.
It's a wonder that the rag don't tear the way he makes it pop. You ought to see him fan the air with his hoppity hippity hippity hoppity hoppity hippity hop. He opens up a business when the clock strikes 9. He likes to get 'em early when they're feeling fine. Everybody gets a little rise and shine with the great big bundle of joy.
Yes, baby.
He pops a boogie woogie rag, the Chattanooga shoe shine boy.
Yeah, that's what they call me, Chattanooga.
It's a wonder that the rag don't tear the way he makes it pop. You ought to see him fan the air with his hoppity hippity hippity hoppity hoppity hippity hop. He opens up a business when the clock strikes 9. He likes to get 'em early when they're feeling fine. Everybody loves a little rise and shine with the great big bundle of joy.
Yes, baby.
He pops a boogie woogie rag, the Chattanooga shoe shine boy.
All the nickels
That
shine,
boy,
so.
Chattanooga shoe shine boy.
Yes, I shine your shoes, all the nickels, so.
Well, what do you know, I fell for it again. After the show last week, a little girl about 7 years of age came up to me and she said very, very sweetly,
Excuse me, is your name Kevin O'Gorman?
yes, it is, my dear.
Are you married, Mr. O'Gorman?
I am.
Are you happily married?
Oh, I am.
How old are you, Mr. O'Gorman?
Oh, 27.
Have you got much money in the bank?
Well, after it picks up my income tax, not very much. Well, you can imagine how embarrassed I felt when the sweet little girl turned around and sang out,
Oh, Mammy, what else did you want me to ask the gentleman?
well, I wasn't quite sure exactly what Mummy said, but I think it was, oh, I do like the McCoy quartet.
I can't tell why I love you, but I do. This world is full of maids the same as you. But something I can't tell seems to hold me in this spell. I can't tell why I love you, but I do. full of maids the same as you. But something I can't tell seems to hold me in its spell. I can't tell why I love you, but I do.
Oh, Roy Lyons, you've known Laurie Wilson a long time, haven't you?
Well, yes, I have, Kevin. In fact, I can remember Laurie's first piano lesson. It was a little five-finger exercise called, Yes, We Have No Bananas. Laurie. No. The black one with the raspberry jam on it. You know, and a few years later, he played that same little number for me on the local church organ. Of course, then, when boogie became the rage, boy, oh boy, what Laurie couldn't do with Yes, We Have No Bananas. And you know, Kevin, even the classics couldn't escape. Listen to Strauss and Yes, We Have No Blue Danube. And it was about that time that Laurie turned tune detective and found that that little number, Yes, We Have No Bananas, was made up from many other numbers. In fact, the first part was taken from Handel's beautiful Hallelujah chorus. Hallelujah, bananas. And the second strain came from a grand old English folk song. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. The third part they took from, I think it was the Bohemian Girl. I dreamt that I dwelt in marble halls for all of the world to see. And the center strain come from a lovely old Irish number. Arlene, a lover, my Arlene, a lover. And by that time, the writer must have run out of ideas because he came back to Hallelujah, bananas. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me.
Well, here's a gal who's in demand. Well, she's got the McCoys waiting at the gate for her anyway.
When the cows come home and the milking is through, I can always be found waiting at the gate for Katie. When the katydid does what the katydids do, I'll hang around waiting at the gate for Katie. There are lovesick guys of every size under every bush and tree. 70 or 80, all in love with Katie. How can Katie care for me? Every day I'll say I'll be staying away, but at sundown I'll be waiting at the gate for Katie. Waiting at the gate for Katie. Waiting at the gate for Katie. There are lovesick guys of every size under every bush and tree. 70 or 80, all in love with Katie. How can Katie care for me? Every day I'll say I'll be staying away, but at sundown I'll be waiting at the gate for Katie.
Everybody loves sweet music. And when it's the steel guitar and Bruce Clark, I really mean everybody. We've rolled out the red carpet and hung out our biggest welcome for the young man who charmed Australia with his first broadcast in the show a short time ago. My good friends, here once again is Lance Ingram.
Hear the music of the waters, vows of tender passion sighing, like thy heart to which go flying all my thoughts in wakeful dreams. See the lovely dewy garden, breathing orange perfume greeting. Naught can set my heart beating like the fragrance of its bloom. No, I hear that thou must leave me, though, and I will soon
to Sorrento. I must die. Then say not goodbye. Come back again, beloved. Back to Sorrento. I must die.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, may we adjourn to the divorce court where the case Snizzle-Giggle and versus Snizzle-Gig is in session. With Chief Justice O'Gorman presiding, over we go.
Order in the court. Order in the court. Will Mrs. Sarah Snizzle-Gig please take the stand?
Take the stand. Look here, I'd just love to, Your Honor, but I've got nowhere to put it.
Mrs. Snizzle-Gig, you are the wife of Alfred Augustus Henry Snizzle-Gig, are you not?
That's right, Your Honor.
Is that his full name?
That's his name, whether he's full or not.
Silence in the court. Silence in the court. Proceed with the evidence.
Well, in the first place, Your Honor, it was just after the wedding that it started. It was when I found out he had the disgusting habit of eating nuts in bed.
Peanuts?
No, coconuts. And then he started to complain about me cooking. He started to abuse me proper when he broke one of his teeth on the baked custard.
He broke one of his teeth on the baked custard.
Well, how was I to know I should have grated the nutmegs? And then the last straw came the other night when he complained about me wearing a mud pack in bed.
Well, after all, madam, I can't say that I blame him for complaining about that.
Yes, but I wasn't wearing one that night.
Your husband appears to be a bit of a, shall we say, a snake in the grass. Is he here in the court?
Yes, he is, Your Honor. That's him over there with the buck teeth. Every time he opens his mouth, his nose looks as if it's given a piano recital.
Well, I'll hear what your old man has to say. Would Alfred Snizzle-Gig please take the stand? Alfred Snizzle-Gig. Alfred Snizzle-Gig.
Here I am, Your Honor. Here I am. And I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and anything but the truth.
Have you anything to say in your defense?
Too right I have. I've always tried to be a good husband to her, I have. I've always lit the bath for her every Saturday night, except the week she fell in the fish pond. The only thing I back about is me fat old mother-in-law.
I object, Your Honor. Me mother is a fine, upstanding woman, and she's awake up to his form, she is.
Yes, and I'm awake up to her form, too. I've seen them hanging on the bedpost.
Silence, silence in the court. Alfred Snizzle-Gig, have you anything further to say in your defense?
Yes, I have. Here, ask her about the time she kicked me in the stomach.
Yes? Well, that was your own fault. You shouldn't have turned round.
Now, listen, you two, this has gone far enough. The trouble with you two is that you don't get out enough. You've got yourself in a groove. I've been sitting in this bench for 30 years, and I have never heard of such a case.
So you've been sitting on that bench for 30 years, have you?
Yes, I have, and I can tell you this. You'll never find me getting in a groove.
Well, all I can say is you must move around a lot.
Yes, I know it would be a shame to divorce the Sniggle Geeks, or Snizzle Geeks, just as it would be if we separated those two piano spellbinders, Lottie Wilson and Freddie Phillips.
Heartaches, heartaches. My loving you meant only heartaches. Your kiss was such a sacred thing to me. I can't believe it's just a burning memory. Heartaches, heartaches. What does it matter how my heart breaks? I should be happy with someone new, but my heart aches for you.
Well, I can see Lance Ingram with Uncle Leslie fixing himself a return visit in the near future. And I notice the McCoys themselves are all looking forward to their return visit at the same time next week, when there'll be some happy handouts from Lottie Wilson, Roy Lyons, Penny Lucas, Alan Redding, Don Harper, Fred Phillips, Bruce Clark, Alan Rowe, Freddie King, Ted Simpson, Fred O'Kane, and our panel producer, Leslie Ross.
Happiest, snappiest gang around town, where the real McCoys. Where the essence of joy is, where the real McCoys, with our faces all wearing a grin. Not a care can stay when we're around your way. We'll win your hearts if you'll just let us in. Any kid on the street who you a chance to meet can direct you to laughter and cheer.
Then you'll know for sure that we've been on tour, and all the folks will agree
that we're the happiest, snappiest gang around town. We're the real McCoys.
Greetings, my friends. This is Kevin O'Gorman, and it's a great pleasure for me to deliver right into your radio set your airway playmates who arrive at this time every week, the real McCoys.
How do you do?
So the stage is set. Speed and sparkle the order of the day. Boost up your volume and take a look at a rainbow.
Come on and sing, brothers, and sing, sisters. We're all living today, and we'll all go riding on a rainbow to a new land far away. Come on and get started, be lighthearted. There's no time for delay, and we'll all go riding on a rainbow to a new land far away. Everyone playing in the sun without a worry or care. Children dancing through fields of daisies with rosebuds in their hair. Oh, come on, sing, brother, and sing, sister. We're all leaving today, and we'll all go riding on a rainbow to a new land far away. Come on and sing, brothers, or sing, sisters. We're all living today, and we'll all go riding on that rainbow to a new land far away. Come on and get started, be lighthearted. There's no time for delay, and we'll all go riding on a rainbow to a new land far away. Everyone's playing in that sun without a worry or care. Children dancing through fields of daisies with rosebuds in their hair. Oh, sing, brothers, sing, sisters, we're all living today, and we'll all go riding on a rainbow to a new land far away. Hallelujah, brothers.
Well, we've taken the McCoy rhythm section, drums, bass, piano, and guitar, mixed them together, and now let's see what comes out. Well, I don't know why it is, but why does everything have to happen to me? This evening, coming along to the studio, I walked through the botanical gardens. Believe it or not, there was an old man fishing in a bed of flowers. Well, he baited the hook on the end of the line and rod, cast into the flower bed. He repeated this operation every few minutes. I couldn't make him out. I watched him for about 10 minutes, and I thought, well, poor old chap must be a bit simple. So I went along, gave him a couple of bob, and said, how many have you caught today, Dad? He said,
well, you're the 10th up till now.
yes, he certainly caught me, but I should worry, because here's the McCoy Quartet.
When your hair has turned to silver, I will love you just the same. I will only call you sweetheart. That will always be your name. Through a garden filled with roses, down that sunset trail we'll stray. When your hair has turned to silver, I will use my heart with all my love. They both belong to you. Year after year, I love you, dear. No matter what we go through. When your hair has turned to silver, I will love you just the same. I will only call you sweetheart. That will always be your name. Through a garden filled with roses, down the sunset trail we'll stray. When your hair has turned to silver, I will love you just
When you look at all the black and white notes on two grand pianos, it's really amazing how they all sort themselves out when manipulated by four hands. But it's quite simple when the manipulating is done by Lottie Wilson and Freddie Phillips. Well, here now is Alan Redding about to have the wrath of the fair sex heaped upon his head. Why? Just listen.
Fellas, if you ain't a man with a lot of guts, a doggone woman will drive you nuts. You just can't trust one at the corner nowadays.
Yeah, you gotta watch your door, she'll cheat you blind. A woman just ain't got but a one-track mind. She'll find out Bud is the man that always pays. Yes, she'll feed you a line that'll turn your head, and you'll marry her, and when you're in bed, she'll go through all the pockets in your pants, the hip ones, too. And then if you object, there'll be a big fight, and the chances are it'll last all night. I'm telling you, Bud, a man ain't got a chance. Oh, never, never trust a woman, 'cause you'll be sorry if you do. Better listen, don't never, never trust a woman, 'cause they'll just make a monkey out of you. Now, women are handy around the house. They can't be trusted by man or mouse. It's a shame the way they drag a good man down. It's a well-known fact that they talk too much. They yatta-yap about the neighbors and such, and then Paul Revere the gossip around the town. You gotta blow your top when you get in your hair, and it'll drive you to drinking. Man, I'll swear you'll wish that you'd never saw the light of day. Yeah, I'm tipping you off. Your goose is cooked when one of those females gets you hooked, so you better think it over while you may. Oh, never, never trust a woman. Ouch! You'll be sorry if you do. No, no, never trust a woman, 'cause she'll just make a monkey out of you. Oh, man, I'm telling you, it's a dirty shame to come home late from a poker game to a little wife that's just gonna give you heck. She'll be sitting along with a rolling pin, and bop, you'll get it when you get in. And when she gets through with you, you'll sure be a wreck. That if you've had a little nip and she smells your breath, she'll start in nagging you half to death. And brother, you're gonna have to put up with that for life. 'Cause remember, the preacher said for better or worse, so until you ride that bleak-back hearse, you naturally, well, you got yourself a wife. Oh, never, never trust a woman. Now you'll be sorry if you do. Pretty please, don't never trust a woman. She'll just make a monkey out of you.
Gracie Fields said, I took me out to a party. But here's a young man who brought his accordion to the party, and that young man is Ron Edwards. Well, folks, the change is as good as a holiday, so let's join Alan Rowe and the gang and come out to the Wild, Wild West.
Howdy, fellas, howdy.
Howdy, Sheriff.
That's me, folks, Sheriff Rowe, the roughest, toughest sheriff in the state of Texas. No housing worries for me when I hit the trail.
No, Sheriff, what you do? Pitch a tent?
Pitch a tent? No, sir. I'm no sissy. I'm tough. Just climb a pine tree, I guess, and kick an eagle out of his nest. Why, here comes that lowbrow hombre, that cattle-rustling rattlesnake, that fugitive from the Dandenong sale yards, Dandelions.
Howdy, Sheriff, howdy.
Oh, howdy, Dandy, howdy. Say, wasn't that I saw rustling that herd of cattle down the old ranch house the night before last?
Sure was, Sheriff. Sure was, but you were going to have a mighty hard job of proving of it.
Yeah, fired a shot at you as you rode away.
Sure did, Sheriff. You sure did. I heard it twice.
But only fired one shot. How could you hear it twice?
I heard it once when I passed me, and then I heard it once again when I passed it.
Anyhow, Dandy, what you hanging around here for? What do you want here?
Well, Sheriff, you know that guy you caught breaking into my house last night?
Yep.
Well, I'd like to ask him something.
Well, what do you want to ask him?
I want to ask him how he got into my house without awakening my wife.
Well, stick around, Dandy, and I'll tell you how I did it. Blow me down, boys, if it isn't old Ponto Pete, the two-fisted bronco busting gunman, the most generous man on the prairie. What you doing up these parts, Pete?
Well, Sheriff, I guess I come up to ride in the rodeo.
In the rodeo. Must get along to that rodeo if I can. But tell me, Pete, is it true that you're the most generous man on the prairie?
Sure is, Sheriff, sure is.
Now, see, well, tell me, Pete, if you had 1,000 pounds, would you give me 500?
Sure would, Sheriff, sure would.
If you had 1,000 acres of land, would you give me 500?
Sure would, Sheriff, sure would.
Well, if you had 2 horses, would you give me 1?
No, sir.
Why not, Pete?
I've got 2 horses.
Listen, Pete, why don't you go down to the saloon bar, order a pint of beer, and get the barman to put the head on you? Well, look who's riding up, fellas. It's Klondike Kate. My, don't she look pretty. Say, fellas, would you mind moving along? Me and Katie's got a little private conversationalizing to do. I want to ask you something mighty personal.
Okay, Sheriff, yeah, we'll be listening. Come on,
Howdy, Katie, howdy.
Howdy, Sheriff, howdy.
Gee, Katie, you're looking mighty fine, girl, mighty fine.
You don't look so bad yourself today, Sheriff. It's the first time I've seen you with your teeth in.
Gee, thanks, Katie. It's just like you. You know, Katie, I just been thinking.
Now then, Sheriff, stop stroking your mustache.
Yeah, I know. You and me's got a lot in common. Yeah, well, we ruined that gag, didn't we? What I mean, Katie, is we've known each other for a long time.
You can see that again. 50 years, I guess.
Well, Katie, I want to ask you something personal like.
Go ahead, Sheriff. I'm all ears.
Don't sidetrack me. But, Katie, girl, I've been wondering.
Yep.
Well, I don't quite know how to say this.
Come on, Sheriff. Come on, out with it.
Well, Katie, you know I've always had a soft spot in my heart for you, and I've been wondering... Oh, no, Connie. I can't ask you. You're too good.
Come on, Sheriff. Come on.
Well, I was wondering...
Yep, you were wondering?
I was wondering if you'd lend me 5 bob to go to the rodeo this afternoon.
Here now is a song that was in the pop parades about 26 years ago, and it's on its way back again. To give it the modern touch is our swing mistress, Penny Lucas.
Grieving for you whenever I'm blue. Grieving for you, that's all that I do. Just as you said, I'm sorry as I can be. And though you're far away, I need you more each day. No wonder I'm lonesome now that you've gone. I'm trying to smile. Still I can see that after a while, down in my heart, I feel like I want to cry, want to die. You know why? 'Cause I'm grieving for you. down in my heart, I feel like I want to cry, want to die. You know why? 'Cause I'm grieving for you.
Well, there's minutes still left on the clock for more music, so let's hand them over to the McCoys Swing Sets.
You see, I'm nobody's baby. I wonder why. Each night and day I pray the Lord up above, please send me down somebody to love. Oh, nobody wants me. I'm blue somehow. Won't someone hear my plea and take a chance with me? Because I'm nobody's baby, nobody's baby, nobody's baby, no.
Well, there's a song that goes goodbye forever, but it doesn't fit into this show because we'll be back at the same time next week when once again the little man will line them up at the barrier, and as they race, you'll be saying, there goes Lottie Wilson, Penny Lucas, Roy Lyons, Don Harper, Bruce Clark, Fred Phillips, Ted Simpson, Fred O'Kane, Alan Redding, Fred King, and the official starter, producer, etc., 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 Leslie Ross.
Happiest, happiest gang around town, where the real McCoys. Where the essence of joy, yes, where the real McCoys, with our faces all wearing a grin. Not a care can stay when we're around your way. We'll win your hearts if you'll just let us in. Any kid on the street who you a chance to meet can direct you to laughter and cheer.
Then you'll know for sure that we've been on tour, and all the folks will agree
That we're the happiest, happiest gang around town, we're the real McCoys.
Greetings, my friends. This is Kevin O'Gorman with the sparkling show that has hit a new high with everyone who prefers their radio entertainment happy and snappy. You'll find no dull spot in the next 30 minutes, and I'm pleased to once again introduce to you the real McCoys.
How do you do?
Yes, just as they speak to you with one voice, they have one desire, and that is to be sure that they cater to the whole family. And for inspiration, they turn to the Bluebird to find out what's the good word.
What's the good word, Mr. Bluebird? Did you bring a song to cheer me up today? Give me your word, Mr. Bluebird. Did you come to tell me everything's okay? I've been blue because there is no letter. Seeing you has made me feel much better. What's the good word, Mr. Bluebird, before you fly away?
I've been blue because there is no letter. Seeing you has made me feel much better. What's the good word, Mr. Bluebird, before you fly away?
Singing high, singing low. That's the way we go with Don Hopper. You know, quite a lot of you men don't realize just what your wives have to put up with at home when you go away to your work each day. But Alan Rowe found out the other day when his wife left him at home to mind the home in a new housing area.
Oh, well, here we are at home. A nice empty house, peace and quiet. I think I'll just have a little smoke and then a nice little nap. Oh, now, good heavens, who's there? Oh, it's a hawker. Good morning.
Good morning. Now, perhaps you got a very wheezy chest there. Here's a little something. I'll fix it very nice. Rub it on your chest there. Nothing but the best mothball shaving cream, soap, and camphor eyes. Take different braces, collar studs, and laces, and black and tan or white, sir, whichever you prefer. Menders and suspenders, brush and comb and cases.
I don't any.
Right you are. Good morning. Thank you, sir.
I got rid of him in a hurry. Oh, no, not another.
Good morning. I'm the butcher. What will you be wanting? Lamb chops, chump chops, loin chops, pork chops, mutton chops, or a spot of corned beef, tripe, and cat's meat?
Well, I think I'll just have 2 chump chops, thank you, butcher.
2 chump chops. My word, this is a nice little place you've got here in this new housing area, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's quite nice. We find it quite comfortable, as a matter of fact.
Yes, I just love the way that garden of yours floats around there. It's very nice, really.
Yes, well, we find it very convenient. The flowers just float in the front door and grab them as they go past before they get out the back.
Yes, well, that's all you'll be wanting today, is it, sir?
Yes, that's all I'll be wanting, thank you, butcher.
Yes, well, good morning. I'll just swim out to the front gate and get into me motorboat and buzz off.
Oh, well, peace at last. He's gone.
Graham, sir?
Oh, no, it's not. There's the grocer.
I've just paddled round to the back door to get your order. Tea and coffee, cocoa, condiments and spice. Dehydrated eggs, sir. Wash and soap and pigs, sir. Macaroni, vermicelli, oatmeal, flour and rice. Raisins and sultanas, tinned peaches and bananas, chilies, chutney, pickle sauces, jam and vinegar. Malted milk, maizena, sago, semolina.
I want the lot.
Right you are. Good morning. Thank you, sir.
Oh, that's that. Oh, no, it isn't. Here comes another one.
Good morning. Is the missus in?
No, she's out. Why?
Well, I'm the greengrocer. Perhaps you'll be wanting something. Yes, just a little peace and quiet. Well, he can't give you that. But I tell you what he can give you. I can give you a nice loin of spuds at twopence a pound, peas threepence a pound, marrow fourpence a pound, cauliflower fivepence a pound, apple sixpence a pound, and watermelons 12 a dozen. Watermelons! Don't mention that word water to me again. Well, listen, you don't want anything? No, I don't want anything, thank you. By the way, do you listen to your radio? Oh, yeah, I'm a real radio fan. I am. Look, do you ever hear the real McCoys? Oh, yeah. We never miss the real McCoys, you know. I see, but what do you think of the artist in the real McCoys? Well, now, let me see. There's Leslie Ross, he's about twopence a pound. Laurie Wilson, threepence a pound. Penny Lucas, fourpence a pound. Fred Phillips, fivepence a pound. Roy Light, yes. But what do you think of the comedian of the show? You know, the man with a voice for every occasion, Alan Rowe. Him, twopence a ton. Good morning.
Who are the McCoy Quartet? Well, in answer to many queries, they are Roy Lyons, drummer Fred O'Kane, pianist Fred Phillips, and producer Leslie Ross. Yes, a versatile gang, the McCoys. And here are the quartet, the real ear pleaser.
When it's springtime in the Rockies, I'll be coming back to you, little sweetheart of the mountain, with your bonny eyes of blue. Once again I'll say I love you, while the birds sing all the day. When it's springtime in the Rockies, in the Rockies, far, far away. When it's springtime in the Rockies, I'll be coming back to you, little sweetheart of the mountain, with your bonny eyes of blue. Once again I'll say I love you, while the birds sing all the day. When it's springtime in the Rockies, in the Rockies, far, far
You know, it's funny, you just can't stop Ollie Wilson and Freddie Phillips when they saddle up to two pianos, not unless you get Annie and her gun. Whether it's night or morn, the thing to do is to go kiss, kiss, kissin' in the corn.
There's a farmer boy by the name of Joe. The girls all round all love him so. And every night you'll see him go.
Kiss, kiss, kiss it at the corn. Kiss, kiss, kiss it at the corn.
Though the girls all thought him rather slow to see his action with the hoe, he taught them lots they didn't know.
Kiss, kiss, kiss it at the corn. Kiss, kiss, kiss it at the corn.
With a voice that's kinda husky, a physique that's kinda weak, he lays 'em low, he lays 'em low. When he turns on his corn technique, he can grow the taters, yes they say, and plow a furrow quite okay. But you should see that kid make hay.
Kiss, kiss, kiss it at the corn.
Farmer Murphy's pigs got out. He didn't rave, he didn't shout. He found those porkers snout to snout. Kiss, kiss, kissing in the corn. When his champion cow got out of hand, she broke the bale and smashed the stand. He found her there with Ferdinand. Kiss, kiss, kissing in the corn. All the chickens from the chick coop take their favorite chickaroos. The ducks all take their favorite tricks. The chooks their cock-a-doo-doo-doo-doo. All the rabbits go there two by two. It seems the natural thing to do. The night owls too, they woo-woo-woo. Kiss, kiss, kissing in the corn. Kiss, kiss, kissing in the corn. Kiss, kiss, kissing in the corn.
Duh.
The Vibragrand was built by Fred King. And when he plays it, the result calls for soft lights.
Dr. Spotson and Shamrock Bones, those famous crime detectives, have been engaged by Mr. John Citizen to unravel the deepest of deep mysteries. Where do the telephones go?
Well, here we are, Spotson, on the trail of the missing telephones. We've just got to find them.
Yes, Bones, but I think it would have been a lot easier if we'd accepted that other consignment.
I see it's raining again. What was that, Spotson?
Looking for a 44-gallon drum of petrol.
Ah, never despair, Spotson, never despair. Nil desperandum. We shall go and interview the man who lives in this house. He may be able to give us a clue.
Yeah?
Good evening. My name is Shamrock Bones, the famous detective. Have you got the phone on?
Listen, Mug, you trying to be funny? I know I was lucky enough to win £25,000 in Queensland's Golden Casket and also back Fox Army in the Melbourne Cup. But have I got the phone on? Say, I ain't that flaming lucky.
You see, Spotson, the position is desperate, but we must press on. Hello, there's something strange happening inside of me, Spotson. A voice within me is speaking, a queer voice inside me. Who could it be?
Well, it sounds like chronic indigestion.
And now a strange, unseen force is gripping me. Yes, now it's guiding me toward that building over there. Now it's probing me on, tearing at me. What can it be, Spotson?
Well, I don't know, Bones. Unless it's that bulldog that's got hold of the seat of your pants.
Bulldog, don't be silly, Spotson. It's the Hound of the Baskervilles.
Hound of the Baskervilles? How did he get into this week's script? He's not due for 3 weeks, yes?
Never mind, Spotson, but I feel we're on to something. Yes, Spotson, I feel that inside this mysterious building we shall find what we seek. Spotson.
Yes, Bones?
You must go in alone and then report back to me.
Yes, well, I think I'll be going home now, Bones. I remember that...
Why, just a minute. Are you afraid, Spotson?
What, me afraid? Not me, Bones, but I'm collecting my insurance next Tuesday, and I'd sort of like to be there when they pay.
But, Spotson, you'd like to be the idol of the people, talked about, read about, raved about?
Yes, but I'd like to be roundabout while they're doing it.
Very well, Spotson, I shall go in alone myself. And just to show you there is no ill feeling toward you, you can come with me.
Thanks.
But before we enter, I shall prepare myself for the ordeal by playing on my fiddle.
Yes, and what an ordeal this'll be. Oh, blimey.
Ah, when I start playing my fiddle, I can think.
Yes, and when you stop playing it, we can all sing.
All right, Spotson, here we go. Quietly, softly now, don't make a sound. Shh.
Bones!
What is it, Spotson?
Come quickly, a strange feeling has come over me. I'm getting colder and colder. Me teeth are crackling. Me hands and me feet are frozen stiff.
Frozen stiff? Spotson, you idiots. Come out of that refrigerator.
But Bones, it does feel as if someone else is in this room. I'll just call out and see.
Very well. Hello? Hey there! What are you doing? I'm minding my own business. Why don't you?
Shh! Someone's coming. He's turning on the light.
Why, good evening, gentlemen. Goodness me, it's Shamrock Bones and Dr. Spotson. What on earth are you both doing here?
Well, we're investigating the mystery of the missing phones. Tell me, sir, have you got the phone on?
My dear Bones, don't be so disgustingly revolting. I've had my application in for many years, but as yet, Mr. Bones, I have not got the phone on. Good night, gentlemen.
Come on, Spotson, we're wasting our time. I'm going to give up this case.
Give up the case, Bones? Why?
Why, Spotson, listen, if that fellow hasn't got the phone on, nobody can get it on.
Why, Bones, who was that fella?
Who was he? Alexander Graham Bell. Into the McCoy mansion steps a new personality and a star is born. My friends, we invite you to meet Lance Ingram.
The beggar man and the mighty king are only different in name, for they are treated just the same by fame. Today a smile, tomorrow tear, you're never sure what's in store. So learn your lesson before too late and be like I. Hold your head up high till you find a bluebird of
happiness. You will find greater peace of mind, knowing there's a bluebird of happiness. And when he sings to you, though you're deep in blue, you will see a ray of light creep through, and so remember this: life is no abyss. Somewhere there's a bluebird of happiness. The poet with his pen, the peasant with his plow, it makes no difference who you are. It's all the same somehow. The king upon his throne, the jester at his feet, the shop girl, the actress, the woman on the street. It's a life of smiles and a life of tears. It's a life of hopes and a life of fears. A blinding torrent of rain and a brilliant burst of sun. A biting, tearing pain and bubbling, sparkling fun. And no matter what you have, don't envy those you meet. It's all the same. It's in the game, the bitter and the sweet. And if things don't look so cheerful, just show a little fight. For every bit of darkness, there's a little bit of light. For every bit of hatred, there's a little bit of love. And for every cloudy morning, there's a midnight moon above. So don't you forget, you must search till you find the bluebird. You will find peace and contentment forever if you will be like I. Hold your head up high till you see a ray of light and cheer, and so remember this: life is no abyss. Somewhere there's a bluebird of
Well, time flies, and so we must be nippy and zippity-doo-dah.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine head my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day.
Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder.
It's the truth, it's actual, everything is satisfaction.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day.
Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder.
Now it's the truth, it's actual, why everything is satisfaction.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day.
Well, when the man called "Time, gentlemen, please," you all shouted, "Oh, just one more, please." Well, I'm afraid there'll be no more tonight. But at the same time next week, the gang will gather around and you can sit in on the party once again. with Alan Rowe, Lottie Wilson, Penny Lucas, Roy Lyons, Fred King, Don Harper, Freddie Phillips, Bruce Clark, Fred O'Kane, Bill Castenson, and, of course, the chap who thinks it all up, our producer and pal, Leslie Ross.
Happy